Right, ladies and gents, it is that time of the day where we do the question. Look at all these questions I still have to go for the rest of the year. Can you can you believe it? But I have gotten through quite a few. So we've at least made a dent as we've gotten through the first quarter here together. But without further ado, let's see what we've got for today. As always, I want you to share or comment below with your answer. So today's question is, would you ever give up your life to save someone else? That's a deep question. Would you ever give up your life to save someone else? Yes. um, I know that that is likely easy to say sitting here versus the heat of the moment, but I mean, if it was somebody that I deeply love, obviously, like my children, my wife, my mom, my dad, my sisters, nephews, uncle, like I think in that moment, whatever that situation would be, it's not a fight or it is a fight or flight mechanism. And I know how I sometimes can get, you know, tensed up in some of those situations. And I don't think my knee jerk reaction is flight. I think my knee jerk reaction would be the fight. Um, and I'm not necessarily talking about throwing fists and stuff like that, but if it came down to it and it meant doing whatever I could to save somebody else that's close to me and that I love, yeah, I think I would put my life in danger to do something that would help another person. So I don't know. That's an interesting question. What it has to do with anything work related, I don't know. Again, I didn't make all of these questions, but I did kind of compile them together. But let's see. Would you ever give up your life to save someone else? I will make this about work, so we're not going to be so literal for a second. Um, I think a lot of times our vulnerability and being able to not just share the highlight reels on things like social media or in private conversations, group trainings, standing on stages, speaking to crowds of people. I think, although it's not anything to do with the undertone of this question, I think to put a spin on it, the more we can relate, the more we can share our struggles, the challenges, and how we have overcome and become triumphant as a result of them, and how those things that did happen to us actually didn't happen to us, they happened for us. And we can show people through that story, through that journey, how X, Y, and Z happened, and I overcame anyways, I did it anyways, in a way, is laying our life down for somebody else so they can learn from our mistakes. They can see inspiration inside of our stories. And so, am I willing to screw up for other people? And not just screw up for other people to learn from, but then share what I did and or wouldn't do again, or the lesson I extracted from it. Could also be a form of, would you ever give up your life to save somebody else? Forget jumping in front of a bullet. It's basically saying, here's what I've done in my life. We all have experiences, we all have a story, and something I share, something I go through, as long as I'm willing to be vulnerable, that may, quote unquote, save somebody else's life, literally or metaphorically, because they don't have to pay the same stupid tax that I had to pay. And I'm happy to take that burden on if it means helping other people along the way. So did you see what I did? I was able to kind of craft that into a leadership or a business type lesson. But let me know your thoughts to this question, however you want to approach it. Would you give up your life to save someone else? Sound off in the comments, guys. Hope you have a great day.